Hey, slashers and scream queens, and welcome to the Horror Daddies Podcast.
A podcast where we talk about horror movies.
And the hot daddies in them.
You Santa Claus, bitch?
No. I'm supposed to be the count. Okay. Dracula. From 1931, released on February 14th, Valentine's Day. Was that a thing in 1931?
Huh, bitch? I don't know. I wasn't there. Betty White was there. She was. Yo, you say she was 11, bro. What the fuck?
Around that age. I was just guesstimating, y'all.
Oh wait, I'm your film daddy, John.
I'm Carlos. Twisting my words again. You're horror daddy.
And yes, we did watch Dracula 1931, February 14th. Mm-hmm. If it was Valentine's Day, happy Valentine's Day, y'all over there. I hope y'all enjoyed this love story.
Definitely.
And Dracula, which received an astounding score across the platforms. IMDb a 7.4 out of 10. Okay. Metascore a 71. Rotten Tomatoes 100 critics, but audience gave it a 74. And then Letterboxd a 3.6 average.
Okay.
So,
that's
not
bad.
Not terrible. But it was a lot lower than I expected. Yeah. Not gonna lie.
Mm-hmm. Directed by Todd Browning and uncredited Carl Friend, who later went on and directed The Mummy the following year. So he got to direct a monster.
Hey, hell yeah.
A lot of writers.
Yeah, a lot of, but it was like three producers, right?
Or yeah, something? But like the story is by Bram Stoker's Dracula, which is a book, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Same thing they did with Frankenstein, pretty much. But we have Helmut and Dean, John Albert Balderston, Garrett Ford, Louise Bromfield, Todd Browning, Max Gohan, Dudley Murphy, Frank Stefani, and Louis Stevens.
Yeah, that's a lot of motherfucking writers.
That's a lot of writers.
For a movie that doesn't even have dialogue.
A lot, yeah, it doesn't have a lot of dialogue. I don't understand. But we have a budget of $355,000 and estimated worldwide, which was estimated, and then worldwide they only grossed $85,000. So I guess it wasn't a success. But again, I don't trust numbers from way back then because I don't know how accurate those were. With a cast of Bela Lugosi as Count Dracula, we have Helen Chandler as Mina, David Manners as John Harker, fucking fine. Oh, damn. We have Dwight Fry as Renfield, who was in Frankenstein as Fritz.
Yeah, we're like, what the fuck?
Mm-hmm. We had Edward Van Sloan as Van Helsing, who was also in Frankenstein as the professor doing the teaching at the university with a brain. Herbert Bunsen as Dr. Seward, Frances Dade as Lucy, and Charles K. Gerald as Martine.
Did you say Frances Seward?
No, Frances Dade. Where? Did I say that?
You said, wait. Dr. C-word.
Oh, yes.
I thought you said C, like the letter C, and then word, like the C word, like a bad word.
Oh, no, baby.
I was like, what? What was his last name again?
You see, again, just twisting my words that I never said anything like that.
I just misheard you.
You always do.
Yeah, I do. This movie, Dracula got me. I'm going to just be honest with y'all.
So I will admit, I didn't connect with this one as much as I did with Frankenstein. So this one so far, not one of my faves.
No, and we also had a terrible experience because...
Yeah, the DVD that I bought set, which Frankenstein was fine. This one decided to skip fucking 15 minutes every 5 minutes. I was like, hold on. Why does this movie feel like it's nothing, like it's incomplete?
Because it always faded to black, and then it would skip, and it'd be like chapter, like when you skip chapters, it was like 8, and we're like, wait, what the fuck just happened?
But my man gets home and always saves the day. Thank you, Frankie.
Thank you, Frankie.
So
I love you.
Yes. So some fun facts about this movie. This movie was actually filmed at the same time as another Dracula was being filmed in Spanish So they basically have the same movies being filmed, one during the day, one at night. But the Spanish version, from what it seems like, it like upped the dramatics.
Yeah, and it's like hella hype.
Yeah,
Like
and
everyone
I was
talks
like, I
about
kind
it.
of want to watch that one and see the difference.
But it's never fucking streaming anywhere.
Yeah,
so.
but they use the same sets. They just filmed one during the day, one at night. So it's pretty much the same movie, just different languages. Which, fun fact about Carlos, me, when I was younger, I thought that's how they did movies. Like I thought that they filmed it in English and then they went back and filmed it in Spanish. And I thought, and I did it because I didn't know what subtitles were. Obviously, as a kid. Yeah. So I always thought that the actors always just knew another language, and that they just went back and just filmed the same movie again in Spanish.
Yeah, well, it's because it's weird because like in Puerto Rico, like the movie theaters, they were just in Spanish.
Yeah,
but then they would have English movies with subtitles, and it's like it's so weird how like now in America it's completely opposite. Yeah. So yeah, I mean that is pretty cool. I would love to see the Spanish version of it. I would love to see how different it is because from what we've seen, from little clips here and there, there's like scenes where it fades to black in this one, but in the Spanish version they kind of continue it. Yeah, and I would like to see. I don't know. It looks kind of cool.
We also saw the version. The version that we saw was the one where they removed the music.
Yeah, so it was like there was no. It was the one with dialogue because there's a version where it's no dialogue and it silent. Cuts. Yeah, it's a silent film, and the one that we saw had dialogue but no music. Yeah, and then I guess there's an alternate version where it's composed by Philip Glass, who did Candyman. So I'm pretty sure. Is it
really that old?
Philip Glass?
Oh, okay. Hold on. Because I thought that it was done back in that day.
No. It's like no, not back in that day. It was silent. It was a silent film, and then they had audio, which it was just the dialogue. They had no music at all, and then they produced later the Philip Glass version.
Oh, I thought that. Oh, wait, I was thinking of something else. Okay.
Yeah, so it was like, and it sounds beautiful. Yeah. So I would love to see that because Philip Glass, he's talented. That's a talented motherfucker. That was, let's see, it was 1999. Okay. So that's I guess when he composed it for the film Dracula.
Okay, so so this is what I have here is that there was no musical soundtrack in the film because it was believed that with sound it would be such a recent innovation in film. The audience would not accept hearing music in a scene if there was no explanation for their being there. And I'm like, y'all back in the 30s were boring as fuck.
Just imagine them like watching the theater. What's that? I'm freaking out.
It's the witches. The witches are coming.
Like, they're like, boy, it's just music. What is music? What's happening?
So it makes me feel like, what were your parties like? Motherfuckers like, what would y'all listen to?
You know how we have like silent parties now where people put headphones on? They legit got silent parties. They listen to nothing. or maybe they were just so used to seeing bands. Like it was live music. So my thinking it may be like, where's the band? Where are they playing music from? So they'd be confused.
So, and then the way that Dracula's eyes get to be very hypnotic on film is that cinematographer Carl Friend achieved the effect of Dracula's hypnotic stare by aiming two pencil spotlights into Bela Lugosi's eyes.
Yeah, which is a famous, obviously like a famous technique in noir film style. A lot of times in film noir, they introduce this beautiful love interest and they always illuminate the face, but especially the eyes because it is like the most standout feature in the character. So I honestly, that's one thing I appreciate about this movie is the lighting is beautiful.
Yes, it is.
Like even the pure darkness there's just something so gorgeous about it. And this movie you could literally just appreciate it for the aesthetics of it. Yeah. Like definitely it is a very slow movie. If you don't like slow movies, this is not your movie. Yeah. But you can always, if you want to learn about that film noir style and everything, you can definitely learn a lot from this one.
Bela Lugosi also never blinks in this movie to make the appearance of him being dead. That motherfucker as a vampire. And honestly, his stare is pretty creepy. Like if I wake up, a motherfucker staring at me like that, I'm gonna be like, sir, first of all, why are you in my room? Second of all, who invited you into here?
Yeah, that's true. He needs to be invited.
I guess that wasn't really lore, I guess.
I don't know when that started, actually.
That's true. So then, so Renfield, which is Dwight Fry. Yeah,
Yeah.
He would find himself kind of typecasted because then in every movie he would play this kind of role,
like a minion, because he's in Frankenstein as Fritz.
As
right?
Fritz, yeah. Henry's minion.
Yeah, which is like, oh, interesting.
Mm-hmm.
It is so weird how in this movie he's like an attractive dude. Like
he
at the beginning, I
thought he was the John character, and I was like, oh, because they kind of look alike in the beginning, and then it's not, and then I'm like, oh my god, that's actually Fritz from Frankenstein.
But then like it's afterwards that like he like transforms himself, and I'm like, whoa, this is actually kind of cool. Like he looks so different.
Yeah, he's still psychotic, but kind of hot in a hot way. I have a problem. I know.
It's okay.
Thank you. But I was like, okay,
Fritz.
Yeah, no. It's not Fritz here. It's what is it? Renfield. Which I'm really dumb because I was like, oh, that's why that movie is called Renfield. Which honestly is not my fault. I've never seen this movie, so
yeah, we're not very familiar with the Dracula lore. Like the most we know is What We Do in the Shadows.
Yeah, we're doing this because we've never seen them. That's why we're doing the Universal Monsters this month.
We should do like a whole month where it's like, I can't believe you haven't seen. And
we did. We did it once.
Oh, we did, bro. I don't even remember.
Wow.
I don't remember what we did yesterday.
That's true. So then when Bela Lugosi died in 1956, he was buried with one of the capes, but not the cape from this movie. This cape actually put on an auction in 2011 by his son.
Oh shit!
And the bid started at $1,200,000.
Fuck!
It failed to sell.
Because
I don't know who.
I wonder why.
Who has $1.2 million for a fucking cape? So, it is now in a museum. Where it will lay, I guess, for the rest. It's in the museum of the Academy Museum of Motion Pictures, where it's been restored as of February 2020.
Okay. So that's pretty interesting.
Yeah.
I know there was a misconception about the cape where it's always depicted that Dracula had a black cape with a like red inside.
Yeah.
But it was filmed in a light gray.
So the cape is originally actually, because it's black and white, you can't really tell. It is black with light gray underneath, not red. The red came later, and I think that was, everyone just thought it was red underneath.
Yeah, because it's like, I couldn't assume that because you can probably like
blood.
You can do that, either that or like just because they thought maybe they used a color and in black and white, the red would kind of look like that color, like a very bright red. So I can see like someone, but I do like the red. It kind of gives it a little flavor.
I wonder if the color version has it in red because they thought it was red.
Oh, maybe it could possibly be.
So
favorite Dracula right now. Favorite version of Dracula.
So that was my next question for you. This wasn't my first Dracula. My first Dracula, which is a really funny story, because my mom, here she comes again.
She goes. She's part of the Horror Daddies lore.
And the Scared Gay podcast too. Shout out to them.
Shout out to them.
It was a Halloween night, I remember, and I think she let me stay home the next day from school. Like, I didn't have to go to school the next day.
Shit, so that's nice.
She puts on a Dracula movie for me to fall asleep, and she puts on Leslie Nielsen's Dracula Dead and loving it. So that was the first time I've ever seen Dracula.
It's a parody
movie. And it's a fucking parody about Dracula. And it's like, Mom, no wonder my ass just sees movies, and I'm like, oh, that movie. And it's like, no, that's a fucking parody. Do the same thing with Scary Movie. So it's like...
Yeah, it's like, oh, I watched Scream. No, you didn't.
And honestly... I love that.
Yeah,
I haven't seen it since that time, I feel.
Yeah.
But I remember being funny, and some parts I was like a little like, okay. Yeah. A little scared, but I was a kid.
Well, it's like Leslie Neal was known for parodies, so it's like he was great at it. I used to watch a lot of his parodies back in the day.
It's free on YouTube. I know what I'm doing later.
Let's go. We should have just covered that movie. God damn.
But yeah, that was my first Dracula, and then after that, I feel like maybe the Van Helsing movie.
Yeah, if I want to be completely honest, my very first Dracula was Elmo's Dracula, because I just didn't watch horror stuff, so Count Dracula from Sesame Street was my shit, bro.
Well, let me change my, because that was mine. If you walk out,
I mean,
today's brought to you by the number 5.
Yeah, and I was like, yo, that motherfucker's chill.
Yeah.
Like, that was my Dracula.
Okay, I guess mine maybe too, but I was trying to go realistic.
Yeah, because Van Helsing, be honest, I never watched it. Like, I remember starting to watch it, and I was kind of like, okay, whatever. And I just never did.
Okay.
And I don't know any other Dracula that, like...
You seen Blade Trinity?
I guess.
That's Dracula.
Is it Dracula?
Yeah, that was the Dracula. That's like the final thing in the movie that they're killing Dracula.
Oh, so yeah, Blade. I love Blade.
Trinity.
Oh, Trinity, no.
It's the third one.
Oh, that's what has Triple H in it, right? Triple H is in it. Yeah, yeah.
I'm sorry. I'm thinking of Ryan Reynolds' fine ass because he's in that movie too.
Yeah.
And Jessica Biel.
Oh yes. Man, there's a lot of hot people in that movie.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I guess I that wasn't my favorite. I remember, so I don't.
No, that was not a. That was.
It
not
wasn't good.
That movie did not get received.
Yeah, because Ryan Reynolds is in it. I'm just gonna be straight up honest. Because guess what? He plays the same character in that movie as he does in every. Okay,
yeah, we get it.
But no, I guess Vampire was my like Blade 1 and 2, like those. I fucking love those two movies. So I think that was my introduction to vampires.
Okay.
Oh, Underworld.
There was Underworld, yeah.
So I do like Underworld.
But I mean, if we're talking vampires, I probably have different stories. If we're talking strictly Dracula,
Yeah, and I don't even remember those. So
was there a Dracula in Scooby Doo? I used to watch that as a kid.
I don't think so, because yeah, usually they're like
anyway,
the Loch Ness, like the Bigfoot or some ghosts and shit.
Leslie Nielsen's is what I remember being my first actual Dracula.
Yeah,
watching. But yeah, fun times.
I mean, that's a good movie to start. I mean, it's a parody movie.
Is it?
Which let's be honest. Your mom has made you watch some crazy ass movies.
Yeah,
this is the least problematic one.
Well, we haven't seen it.
That's true.
It might have not aged well. Let's say
that's a good point, actually.
So let's just jump into this movie.
Yeah, let's get it over with.
We get the title card,
and
Dracula,
and we're done.
Oh my god! And you're done.
You're done.
Yeah, you're done. There's people in a horse carriage riding around. Renfield is in this horse carriage. They're trying to get to this place before nightfall because the Walpurgis night, which is the night of evil, Nosferatu, vampires, blah blah. But Renfield is wanting to go to the Burgo Pass because he is heading to the Castle Dracula. Mm-hmm. He is being warned by the people where they are dropped off. Don't go there. It's not safe.
It's like, Nosferatu. Mm-hmm. And then I guess Nosferatu is just a different word in Romanian for vampire.
They're speaking Hungarian here. Yeah. And then everyone seems very concerned, but then this lady gives them a cross for protection. We cut to the castle. Yeah, we cut to the castle where the wives and Dracula have been awakened, which I have not read the book. If anyone can let me know, why does Dracula always have 3 wives and 3 wives specifically?
Because he's a horn dog.
And I also have a question about what happens later. Because, okay, we'll get there. Just remind me, because I always say that and I always forget.
So if
because then later he bites 2 other women, or he kills one and then the other one transforms. And it's like,
there's no spoilers for this movie.
It's like, are you like, you have 3 wives? Isn't one supposed to die and then you make another one?
That's what I thought. But like those 3 wives, they show up and then that's it.
Yeah, they disappear.
They just disappear.
I just want to know why 3.
And I wonder if it's a woman Dracula, does it have 3 husbands?
Girl, I don't care if it's 3 wives, 2 wives and a husband. Dracula, if you want to bite me, I'll take it. Right here, baby.
You know, it's so crazy that we don't even see him biting anybody in this movie.
No,
it always fades to black.
And then when they talk about the marks, we don't see the marks. No. It's like, y'all really didn't have like Sharpies back then? Like it's black and white. Y'all could have drew something on
y'all motherfucker got ink and quills, bitch. Yeah. Like y'all could have just write something.
So then after Renfield is dropped off, not John, I had them confused.
Yeah, we were saying, oh, it's John because it looks like the picture.
Yeah. Renfield's dropped off. The motherfucker that dropped him off fucking leaves real quick. And because he's like, no, it's nighttime, I'm out.
Yeah, and this motherfucker hooded up.
Yeah.
Like, all you see is this much of his face, and he's giving you this creepy look.
Yeah, and it's Dracula.
It's Dracula.
Yeah.
Wait. Congrats. But he disappears randomly, like just leaves with all his shit.
Yeah, the carriage starts moving, and when Renfield looks out, it's just a bat flying between the horses and no one driving the carriage. It's like, motherfucker, at that point, that should be a warning to fucking run.
Yeah, run back, bitch. Time to go back home.
But he arrives at the castle where Dracula we first see Dracula like. Well, no, it's the second time we see him because the first time is when he wakes up, and they have the really iconic shot of going straight at him.
So we see him from a distance.
Yeah, he introduces himself as Dracula. Renfield is very confused because the man disappeared and took his luggage.
Yeah, and like he's mad chill about it. Yeah, like doesn't even bats an eye.
Yeah, I would have been like,
I said bat.
Good one. So, yeah, Renfield's not worried about his luggage. I would have been worried. I would have been out.
Okay. I'll be Dracula.
Okay.
I just dropped your ass up, stole your shit, transform into a bat. You come in and see Dracula, okay?
Okay.
All right, and...
Ready?
Action.
Uh-huh.
Greetings. What is your name?
I'm Renfield.
Renfield. I am Dracula.
Hey, Dracula.
What are you doing in my haunted abode?
Well, motherfucker, I came to get you for your lease that we're going back to England, but some motherfucker took my luggage. That motherfucker work for you? Because I need my shit back.
Sounds like a personal problem.
We about to have a personal problem if you don't find my shit.
The fuck you doing in my house?
You gotta sign a lease. But we hear werewolves howling, and Dracula says those are the children of the night. Hear their songs. Dracula gives him kind of a tour, but he goes through the spider webs, and Renfield's again like, what the fuck? And I'm like, motherfucker, run.
Yeah, like there's so many red flags. Oh, he couldn't see it because they're black and white.
You know, as a child,
you thought everything was black and white.
When I saw black and white, I was like, okay, times were without color back then. Cool. Oh, I was a dumb kid. Anyway,
well, I used to think that people like that were in movies were still alive because they were in the movie.
That's true.
So
that's true.
It is what it is.
So then Dracula says that blood is life.
Yeah.
Then he has food for him, which I think is blood. And I was like, but I think
because he says it's like he thinks it's wine, right? If I'm not mistaken. And it's like, I don't drink wine.
Yeah. Then Dracula's like, don't worry about your luggage. We'll bring it right back. Renfield brought him to lease a sign so he can lease the Abbey place or something.
It's like, was it Fox Abbey?
Yeah.
And it's like it's in London, right?
Yeah, it's in London. We're gonna go to London where he meets David Kessler, the werewolf.
Yeah.
Renfield. We told y'all we're gonna bring back a lot of that movie. Renfield cuts his finger. Dracula gets on his ass, but then Renfield's the cross he was given falls off. So Dracula goes and goes to the.
Yeah, he got scared real quick.
Like, so then Renfield opens the big ass window in the room and I guess gets attacked by a bat. So this is what happened. The bat appears, which is the bat Dracula?
Well, there was like multiple bats. There was like three bats.
Yeah, but that was when they were walking to the castle. This scene, there's just one bat that comes to him when he opens the window.
Bro, I didn't know what the fuck was happening for half the movie. I'm not gonna lie to you.
So the bat just flies over his face and Renfield faints.
It's like I guess acting wasn't that like.
I told you,
you just had to be alive.
I told you I could have been a good actor back in the day. I would have been known to this day like that was one of the best actors in Hollywood.
But one take only.
That's how they did. That's what I would have done. So because then
he falls, and then you see the three wives.
So three wives show up like, ooh, midnight snack, and he fine as fuck too. Let's do this. And Dracula comes up and like, no. He's mine.
Ooh.
And I'm like, oh, love this.
Do I look like I give a fuck? Because I don't.
But we assume that he bites him because the next
just
scene
fades to black.
it fades to black. They're on a ship heading to London, and Renfield's already gone. He's already crazy.
Mm-hmm.
He's already calling him master. He's a familiar at this point. And then Dracula kind of like turns him down or something, and then he murders the captain.
Yeah, they just arrive and
actually Dracula
dead.
murders the whole crew. And they blame Renfield for it, so Renfield ends up going to the asylum.
What a dirty ass motherfucker, bro!
I know.
He like really snitched on his friend.
I mean,
he didn't snitch. He just fucking. You
are,
was my friend.
You are the familiar.
Oh shit!
Yeah, so.
Oh, you could say that Dracula is the most devious bastard
in London.
Bro, we have to bring in What We Do in Shadows in every episode.
Oh,
maybe we'll have him as a guest.
Oh, maybe.
Oof, if Nadia comes. Jesus.
So Dracula comes over to a woman who's selling buttholes on the street.
Yeah.
And
first of all, you can't hear shit. They didn't have microphones back in the day.
I needed to put subtitles, but the thing is I'm reading the subtitles. She says buttonholes.
Yeah, but like...
But the way I read it really fast, I was like, what is she selling?
It was like, buttholes?
How do you sell those?
It's like, right here, bitch. Like, it's like, what the fuck? And so I think Dracula was just as confused as us because he looked at that bitch and just kills her.
Yeah, he sucks her blood.
He just sucks blood, and then you see him walking away.
And a fucking police officer finds her and starts whistling to everyone. There's been a murder. So he ends up at the a theater. Thank you. And he hypnotizes a woman to get Dr. Seward to go to the phone, but it was just a distraction so he can talk to Dr. Seward. Bitch, that's his name. I can't say it any other way.
I just keep hearing C-word. Like, it's like C-word. Like, it's so weird. Okay. There's nothing wrong with you.
I'm going to pronounce it Seward. Dr. Seward. And we established that he works at the sanitarium right by the Abbey place where he's staying. Yeah. We meet Mina, John, and Lucy. And John, God bless him. That man, beautiful.
Carlos was, every time he would be writing notes, he'd look up, God damn, he's fine.
He really was. I was like, okay, that's the point of the podcast, to talk about daddies.
That's true.
And the daddies in them.
Baby. You do you, baby. It's okay.
He lived to be 97. He died in 98.
Dude, but isn't like the oldest person in that movie lived to like 100?
2014, but this person's not in here credited.
Yeah, so it's like 102 years. Like, that's crazy.
But Abby reminds the Abbey place reminds Lucy of something, and she recites this poem. She kind of falls in love with Dracula here,
like immediately,
and then he says, "For worse things than death awaiting men," which is really interesting because he's already dead.
Yeah, and then Dracula responds with, "To die, to be truly dead.
To die, to be dead must be glorious."
Yeah, because he's immortal.
Yes, exactly. Then Lucy and Mina are having a sleepover.
Oh my god!
And they're gossiping about Dracula.
And she's like, "Did you see the bulge on his pants?"
And Lucy's horny for Dracula. And I'm here for that.
Yeah, hey, girl, get him.
They lucky it was only 1930 because in today's time they would have had the gay friend up in there like, "Girl, you need to go get that dick."
So who is gay?
I mean, I am.
Like, imagine you in the movie, like, as the gay best friend.
Yeah, like, Lucy, girl, I saw that. You need to get on that, girl. It says, if you don't, I will do it myself.
Oh, my God. She's a complete slut.
That's what I'm here for you, baby. I'm here to help you. So then, but then Dracula, kind of problematic, to be honest.
Yeah.
He just turns into a bat, flies through her window as she's sleeping, and bites her ass. Yep. Not the ass, the neck. Bites her neck.
Metaphorically bites her ass.
Yeah. And I was like, that's actually a little like,
yeah, I mean.
Dracula, first of all, she didn't invite your ass in.
Yeah, it's already, you're breaking a crime. You're doing a crime.
Unless, because he stares at her. No, he didn't hypnotize her.
No, it was later in the movie he hypnotizes someone else. Mm-hmm. But it's like I guess the rule of being invited is not a thing.
Yeah,
I know there's some of y'all goth fans. Y'all can let us know when was that created because it's not in this movie.
Okay.
I don't know if Nosferatu, because that was 1922.
But that's silent.
Yeah, I don't know. But apparently he can just walk into your house. Like, he don't give a fuck about the rules.
So then Dr. Seward...
say a word.
Dr. Seward is doing an autopsy on Lucy. Established that she's been murdered, but she's been drained of her blood.
Yeah.
So a loss of blood, which is weird. And then Renfield, who ended up in the asylum, he wants to only eat spiders. And then we're introduced to Van Helsing, who here basically he's letting Dr. Seward and his acquaintances know that of like the vampires and stuff, and they kind of don't believe him.
Yeah, he's like, I guess like he knows about all these different creatures.
Yeah.
He's like a crazy guy, like quote unquote.
Yeah.
But he is right. He's like, this motherfucker is a vampire.
Yeah. Renfield is invited to Dr. Seward's office where we hear a wolf howling, knowing that Dracula is around. Renfield's warning Van Helsing. Van Helsing then points out wolfbane on Renfield, who he gets scared by it. So then this is what gives Van Helsing his confirmation that Renfield is a vamp. Dracula is a wolf in this movie. We just don't see it. When we do hear the wolf howling, it's supposed to be Dracula as a wolf, but we just never see that. Then Dracula is using telepathy to communicate with Renfield because they must get Mina, I believe. So then Dracula breaks back into Mina's house. And Mina gets bitten. We cut to Mina explaining the nightmares of what happened, but really happened to her.
It actually happened, yeah.
Yeah. And then Mina has marks on her neck that we don't see, but Van Helsing sees them. And then John is like, who could have done this? And I love because it goes, a maid goes, Dracula. And it's like, oh shit, she knows. But no, we cut, and it's just her introducing that Dracula's there.
Yeah, it's like, oh damn, which is actually kind of like a playful thing. Yeah, it's kind of like giving you the answer. So the editing is kind of funny. Yeah, like I do like that.
That was really funny. I really like that.
It's like perfect timing.
So Van Helsing notices in this scene that Dracula doesn't have a reflection in the mirror. He shows it to John. And then Van Helsing tests it on Dracula, and Dracula slaps the fucking mirror off his hand like, motherfucker, you tried my life.
Yeah. And bro, this scene is juicy. Yeah. This is like Bad Bitch Club level of pettiness. Because Van Helsing a little bitch though, because he just stares at him. And then he's kind of like, do something about it. Yeah. What's up, Dracula? I know who you really are. Square up.
Wait, no, this is later.
Oh, it's later? Okay, I'm already excited for that.
Yeah, there's another one. So, Van Helsing explains to John and Seward that Dracula is a vampire. That's probably why Mina's, Mina. Then Mina goes, she sneaks outside to see Dracula. She is sneaky. Oof. And Dracula, I guess, does something to her. Then the men are not really believing Van Helsing. But then Renfield shows up to warn the men that that Dracula's gonna take Mina. They need to take her away. But then Dracula shows up, and he's telling Renfield like, motherfucker, I'm gonna murder you because I know you snitching. And Renfield's like, master, I did not do nothing. As 2 minutes ago, he was just like, he's gonna murder someone, and y'all need to leave.
And Dracula's in the corner watching him like, you motherfucker.
So then there's a maid that finds Mina fainted outside. And then I guess we cut to Lucy real quick in the forest, and something about murdering children. I kind of lost there.
That one was because it's literally like 3 seconds, and it's like cuts back to like
it cuts to like the asylum, and there's like a nurse and a nurse man reading the newspaper of what happened.
So it was,
but
like,
I got kind of
really
lost there.
weird.
But then we do cut to Mina being questioned by Van Helsing. Lucy did die. Then Mina breaks up with John, and John's super upset.
He's super upset, and then she gets mad.
Yeah,
at him, and it's like, you just broke up with me
because you're in love with a vampire.
Yeah. In a minute.
So.
There we go.
You're nothing but a trashy hoe.
Okay.
Thank you.
So then Mina changes her mind, but as this scene is happening, she's kind of transforming in a sense. But Van Helsing does give a maid wolfbane to put by Mina's door, so Dracula doesn't come in, so she can be protected. And then we get a quick scene of Dracula waking up, which is really funny because like him waking up, it pans to the window, and then we pan back slowly. That way, give him time to come out of the coffin and be ready to be staring into the camera.
It's like the laziest. Like they couldn't just have him come out of the coffin. Like did they really have to cut away?
I guess it was really hard to get out of that damn coffin.
I guess.
So Van Helsing, as John still wants to take Mina away, Van Helsing's like, no, let's keep her here. This is where she's safe.
Yeah.
So, and the only way to save her and break the curse is by killing Dracula himself
source,
with a stick to the heart.
Mm-hmm.
So Renfield's doing a monologue about rats. What I got from it was that Dracula, when he bit him, he promised him rats to eat or something, or small animals. Which I think he mentioned something about eating small things earlier. This is why he eats the spiders.
The spiders, yeah. Oh, so he looks at even the spider when he first gets to the cathedral or the castle, and he sees like spiders crawling around, and I guess it's like he kind of correlates that to him.
Cut to Dracula in the house because Dracula fucking Dracula just shows up. Just it's like, where the fuck you come from?
Yeah, and it's like in the house, and then everyone at the same in the house.
Yeah.
In the house.
Because Renfield comes out of nowhere. Dracula's in the house, and everyone's, what the fuck do you mean in the house? So this is when Dracula and Van Helsing are about to throw fucking hands.
Oh, and I love this because this scene is so intense.
Yeah, like they're staring down at each other, and then Dracula tries to hypnotize Van Helsing, but it doesn't work. So then Dracula's like, "Damn, you good?"
Yeah.
And then you strong. And then Van Helsing pulls out a cross like, "Motherfucker," and then Dracula.
It's so dramatic, like it also takes him like a minute. Like he looks at it, oh shit, it is one.
Yeah. Then Mina starts to feel great, and I think it's because the transformation's finishing up. She's talking to John. They're having a moment up on the balcony. Then as Mina's turning, it looks like she's about to go bite John, but Van Helsing interrupts with a cross, kind of getting her away, kind of like getting her back to human in a sense. Yeah. She cries to Dracula. She cries Dracula. Oh, I forgot. She said something about Dracula gave it to me.
I was like, wait,
gave
what?
You what, baby?
Baby, you don't use protection.
Do you want to talk about it? But with the Wolfbane, it doesn't work because later then Dracula breaks into her room, and he still takes her because he hypnotizes the maid.
Well, it does work. It's just that he had the maid remove it.
Because he hypnotized her.
Yeah, so I guess he did it from a distance. I guess I'm like, you could have done that anywhere then. Yeah. Like it's like you did it from pretty far away.
Yeah. So he takes her. Then Renfield, I guess, since he was heading to the Abbey place where Dracula took Mina, John and Van Helsing follow. They see him. John calls out for Mina as Dracula has her inside in front of Renfield, and Dracula's like, oh, so you fucking snitched. And Renfield's like, I didn't snitch. They must have followed me. Please don't murder me. It is not my fault.
He is not a good liar. No. Like, he's like,
the worst.
Bro, I don't know. I don't know anything.
Mind your business. I didn't do it. But then he kills Renfield. He just throws him, I guess he chokes him or something and throws him down the stairs.
Which is like the coolest death, to be honest. Like, because we actually see someone die.
Yeah. Then Dracula runs away with Mina as John and Van Helsing are trying to get to her. She screams. They go into the room where he went to. They can't find her. They find two coffins. I assume one is Dracula's in one. The other one they don't show us, but it Van Helsing presumes that she's in there. Yeah, because then he's like, grab a stake. Let's do this. So they grab one. They grab one,
and then John goes to do something.
Yeah, but then he ends up finding Mina because then she disappears from the coffin. Van Helsing like, she's gone. Yeah, out of nowhere. But then
you hear the sound effect of Dracula dying, which is kind of like a really lame death.
It's really lame. I'm like, motherfucker.
For Dracula.
Yeah, like you're Dracula. Like you're not just a regular schmegular vampire. You're Dracula.
Yeah, nope. Just completely off screen.
First of all, how the fuck do you not wake up when someone opens your coffin like that? Being loud as fuck, breaking wood next to you, and you don't wake up for that to protect yourself?
Bro. Maybe he took some melatonin.
Like, who are you?
That's true, because I be hearing just anything, and I just wake up.
Yeah, and it's like motherfucker trying to kill you, and you over here fucking sound asleep.
Yeah, no, but he died in his sleep, peacefully in his sleep.
I'm like, so you telling me that Van Helsing's become an iconic character of killing Dracula because you were sleeping?
Honestly, bitch moved by Dracula or by Van Helsing.
Yeah,
he got him in his sleep.
Let him
That's
wake
fucked up.
Fight 1-on-1.
Yeah, he was scared.
But no weapons. What the fuck you using weapons for? You want to be a strong motherfucker? Wake his ass up.
Yeah. Imagine.
Be like, don't be bum rushing Dracula. Be like, get up, motherfucker. I'm gonna whoop your ass. Wake up.
Hey, bitch. What's up, bitch? Suck my dick, bitch.
Yep.
I just imagine if like John is like, okay, here's the steak. Like he's like trying to be like strategic. Like he's asleep, just fucking get his ass. And then Van Helsing looks at him, breaks, and he's like, nah. Bitch, wake the fuck up. He's just like, what are you doing?
I fucked that bitch up.
But lame ass death for Dracula.
Pretty much. And
movie.
then the curse is broken, Mina's human, and then they walk away and happily ever after.
The end.
Yep,
that
the
was
end.
Dracula.
Mm-hmm.
There we go. That was Dracula. So, like we do with every movie.
Every single movie that we do sings in this podcast.
So we like to go to a letterbox and just find a funny review or something we resonate with, whatever it is. So we're gonna do a good one and a bad one. So
Una buena y una mala.
claro. So what do you have?
So my 5-star review goes as this. Honestly, Renfield is scarier than Dracula. His laugh, my God, ...
True.
Yep.
He had like he's a better character as a whole. Let's just be
A
honest.
little controversial, but yes.
It's the best death as well. Sorry.
Yeah.
L Dracula.
And then the 1-star review is like, I genuinely cannot tell you what this film was about, but Renfield was such a twink. Slay.
Literally the same one. That was such a great fucking one. And it's true. I had no idea. Like we had to like watch it like multiple times.
Renfield acted his heart out.
He did.
Like I could have competed against
He
him.
carried that movie. That's why in Frankenstein his back's all fucked up because he carried this entire movie.
It is after this movie.
Told you. But since that was my 1-star as well, my 5-star is esto en verdad wow. Esto en verdaderamente es cine.
Spanish.
Yeah, because I literally could not find a good short one because they were all so fucking long.
Translation: this is truly cinema.
Yep.
5 stars.
And it has a wine and a cigarette.
Peace.
5 stars. You know, it is, and like I said at the beginning, it is a very aesthetic movie. You can enjoy it just for that itself.
It has some great shots of Dracula with the eyes and stuff.
Beautiful shots. And I mean, it's just that it is the 30s. It is early 30s. Yeah. So it's like
I just didn't connect with this one as I did with Frankenstein. So
it feels also Frankenstein. It feels like they did more. It just feel, I don't know. At least for us, it could be completely different for everybody. If you like this movie, this is your favorite.
No,
There's not an attack towards you.
No, that's the thing. It's like everyone will have their favorite universal monster or whatever. So it's like just this one just for me didn't do it.
Yeah, and it's just like at the ending feels so anticlimactic. And we just saw Frankenstein, so it's like this one just felt like Frankenstein has such a crazy ending. Yeah. And this one's just like he dies off screen and then it's like, oh, I'm better now. The end. It's like like that kind of sucks. So I this one definitely is gonna go below Frankenstein for me. So.
So far, yes.
And Bride. I feel like I enjoyed Bride a little bit more.
Oh yeah, I forgot we watched that. Yeah, we did that too.
Yeah. So it's like so
Bride with me is just a false advertisement.
Yeah, it's like literally at the end they're like just put her in there. But the favorite death. It would have to be.
I mean, Renfield falling down the stairs.
That's like, literally the only one we see.
Yeah.
So everything fades to black.
I do like the captain's shadow because he looks like he's like traumatized.
Like he's like
before he died.
Yeah.
I do like that shot. Daddy of the movie for me will have to be Renfield, even though John.
He didn't want to pick because that's my name.
No, but Renfield is such a great
he is.
He acted his heart out.
He did.
Like,
he really did. I think he earns it. Like John was just a pretty face, you know.
Yeah.
Renfield, what's a personality?
with a pretty
And
face.
also, yeah, at the beginning he had a pretty face. It's just I don't know what happened afterwards.
He got turned into a vampire.
But this also actually makes me a little bit excited for the Renfield remake comment.
Yeah,
I don't know if it's
yeah.
I don't know what like it is. I think it's just a
It's
standalone.
a movie about Renfield.
Yeah, it's like his story. So I think that's gonna be pretty fun.
Yeah, I can't wait for that.
And Dracula is Nicolas Cage. That's kind of dope. I can't wait.
It's kind of funny.
Yeah, I love Nicolas Cage. Yeah, and then how many stars do you give this movie?
I give this one a 2 out of 5 for me. Yeah, I just didn't do it for me as much.
Yeah, I gave it a 1.5.
Okay.
So it's kind of specific. It just I felt like a 2 for me was too much. But it's just again, it's very slow burn for sure. There's things to enjoy, but at the end of the day, I'm probably not gonna watch this ever again.
Probably not.
I'll probably watch the Spanish version. I want to see that.
Yeah, I do too. But yeah, guys, that was Dracula. So next week, sorry, let me think, because we're going out of order.
We don't even have to say what are we gonna do next week, just because like our schedule right now is so crazy.
That's true.
So
that's true.
Something will come. It'll probably be a Universal classic. So
it's either The Mummy or Invincible Man. Those are the two that we have left.
Yeah.
So
we'll probably do that. But yeah, that's pretty much
it.
Right?
So if you like what you hear and you like what you see, make sure you leave us a 5-star review on Apple Podcasts or anywhere you find your podcast. If you're on YouTube, leave us a like, a subscribe, leave us a comment of what you like about this movie. What's your favorite interpretation of Dracula, or who is your personal favorite Universal monster?
Yeah. Do you have a personal favorite?
Well, no, because I'm not done with the series.
That's true. So we don't know
I
yet.
don't know, but so far Frankenstein's winning. I will say, our merch is on the links down below for everything.
Please check us out. I have the winter merch.
Yes,
right here.
And then you can find us anywhere at Horror Daddies, literally TikTok, Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, OnlyFans.
Fansly.
Yeah.
Pornhub.
Yeah.
Everything.
Everywhere. And
that's about it. So thank you so much for watching and listening.
And remember,
stay spooky. And stay sexy.
Ha ha ha. See you in your dreams. Ha ha ha. Today is brought to you by the number 5.
Bye, guys.
Bye.